Hey, 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 hey!
Good afternoon, good evening, good night, or good morning, depending on where in the world you are watching the show.
Someone from Texas there I can see in the chat.
It's absolutely freezing here. We've had quite a bit of snow over the last couple of days. For the UK, that's like more than a couple of centimeters. It's absolutely
I
crazy.
know. I cleaned the cars this morning.
Yeah,
I went in, I finished my cup of tea,
yeah.
and then it snowed again, and I lost the cars.
We've got Qualitex TV Russia just joining us as well. So hello, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. We're very happy.
I would like to say like hello in Russian, but I only know it yet, and I don't think that works.
Fair enough. Okay. So how was your 2 weeks been? Been full of busy like hours, trying to keep up with everything and trying to keep everything on track, and also trying to manage your time a little bit
I was about to
better
say-
after last episode.
I haven't seen any photos yet.
No.
Have you not managed to organise your time enough to post those photos so we can see your organisation in your business?
Absolutely, we're looking forward to it. We've got people from around the world again. It really is an international show. We really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day for half an hour or more, depending if we run over a little bit. Just to have some time in the balloon industry, have a bit of you time.
Yes.
So, what are we talking about this week, Dom?
3 things, not 1, not 2, but 3 things.
3 things. First of all, is don't wear a t-shirt in this weather.
Yeah.
You should definitely wear something like
Sorry, Dominican Republic. Oh yeah, I bet it's nicer there.
I bet it is a bit. Yeah, okay.
I should be there, really. That's where I should be. Dominican. See, Dominican. Yeah, I should be. You're right.
Do you want to try? Do you want to keep going with that?
I'm thinking it's warmer there,
Need some
Keith, and
alone time.
I've committed to a t-shirt, and it's not
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so we talked about 3 different things that you should be
Yeah.
doing in your business right now. We've got plenty of time, or we've got more. We should have more time because we've made more time to concentrate on working on your business rather than working in your business.
That's right.
We're going to talk about 3 particular things that you should be doing right now.
Yeah.
The first one is attracting more customers. It's grabbing your customers' attention is what you should be doing first.
That's right. You know,
Any
'cause
ideas?
we did get a lot of messages off the last show.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, great to organise our time, but it's what can we actually do? So
Yes.
this is a bit more about the nitty gritty. What can we do right now to get our business moving in the direction
Because
that
you
you
freed
want
up
it
all
to?
that spare time, so
Yeah.
you can be doing something with it, right? Let's be proactive
Exactly.
and let's make it count. So the first thing you're doing is you're going to be grabbing your customers' attention.
That's
Because now we've been reading up, and that during the COVID lockdowns and everything, people's screen time, the amount of time that people are actually spending online, whether it's on a mobile device, a tablet, or a desktop,
Yep.
has gone up. They're actually spending, most adults now are spending over a quarter of their waking life,
Yeah, day, week,
life,
month, however you want to put it.
online.
25%. Now, I actually think that's a downplayed figure, you know, for some people,
Yes.
but that's an average figure for kind of the mass population. And I think that figure is not necessarily going to change
No.
post-COVID either. I think we've changed the way we work, we've changed the way we can do business,
Yeah.
meetings, buy and sell and all that kind of stuff. And I think people are more adept at technology than they've ever been. So that screen time, that eyeball time,
Yeah.
is how we need to capture our customers.
Exactly. You've got all that extra time now that you can try and grab their attention and say, look at me, look at my business. This is something that you're going to be interested in.
Yeah.
So
And it's 2 lots of customers as well, though, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
not just new customers necessarily.
Yeah.
It's your current customers.
you've got to
or-
remind them that you're there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're kind of aiming to do.
Yeah, especially at the moment, there are a lot of new businesses that have kind of sprung up around us, which is normal, really. It's just that I would say that there's a few more than normal. So if you want to stand out against them, you've got to showcase what you do better. So you've got to grab their attention, and you can do that. And just say there's somebody saying hello from Chicago. They've got over 10 inches of snow, Dom. That's what you should be.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Over in Chicago, go Bears! It's my team.
The thing is, as well, it's easy to get distracted and your attention diverted by seeing, you know, a lot of new businesses appear. Remember, at some point, you were that business and you were the distraction for someone
Yes.
else. Because I know that we were all those many years ago.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
we had someone local to us who, you know, kind of approached us and said, "Oh, you know, I realise, you know, you started and I've
Yeah.
watched you grow and stuff." We're thinking, "Oh yeah, we were noticed," you know.
Yes.
But all these people that are starting and they're fresh, so they're full of enthusiasm, you know, so they're going to put all those extra hours in, and it's like you think, oh, you know, they're doing all this, they're doing so well. But it's just, you're being distracted by that, you know. Let them
Concentrate on what you do.
Yes.
Yeah, concentrate on what you do well, and generally, people buy on a couple of things. The first thing is it's where service is the big thing, and confidence. So they've got to have confidence in you, confidence in your business. So you come across as being very professional, delivering a high level of standard, a high level of quality in your work, and then service the customer correctly. Yeah. Look after the customer. Yeah, you want that customer for life. Every person that we meet as a customer, we want to hold on to for their entire life. Yeah, we want them coming back again and again, because it's easier to keep hold of a customer than attract new ones all the time.
It's funny, you say the word confidence, and this is a word that we use a lot with our customers and how we develop them and what we try to achieve with what we're presenting to a customer.
Yeah.
Now, often you don't think of this yourself, or as a customer shopping, you don't think, oh, do I have confidence in that company? However, how many times have you been onto, let's say, a website for a company and said, oh, that product interests me, but then you've got this feeling about that company because of their website. You think, I'm not sure. I don't know if I trust this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is, it's very, very important, and it is something that we're going to come on to in how you can increase customers' confidence in your websites. It's got to come across clean and uncluttered, and it's got to represent your brand. Yeah, you've got to stand out as a brand. Yes. But the first thing that what we want to do is we want to create a decent social media presence, because obviously
this is your fishing. This is
the
pulling.
This is you grabbing the attention.
Yeah. Get the customers in first. So that's kind of the first phase of it, and that's, I think, where a lot of people necessarily struggle sometimes, us included.
Yeah.
You might have the best website in the world and all the things to make that work really well, but you've got nobody visiting that online store.
Yes. So what we've done is we've got a couple of resources that you that you may have already been to, or you may not have. But there's a couple of resources that is very useful. And what we're going to do is, if we bring it up
just
on
mentioned there in the chat there, Cam's saying as well, which is so true, the more professional you look, the more you can charge too as well. Absolutely. You can hold your value.
It's all about the box that you sell it from. This is one of the things that we always suggest, isn't it, Dom, is the fact that we try to pride ourselves and come across as a boutique store. We're not like a pound store or anything like that. It's a boutique store, so that it's a better box to sell it out of, so it has a higher price point.
That presentation is key, and you can do that digitally as well as in a physical entity as well. So yes.
We're going to go to a couple of websites. So what we'll do is once this has gone out a bit, I'll save some extra descriptions in the description. Some extra information in the description.
Totally made sense, that, Keith.
Yeah,
yes,
some extra information in the description over on YouTube. So if you are watching on Facebook, you will have to go onto YouTube to grab it, but it'll contain the links to everything that we go into, so it'll make it a bit easier for you.
Yes.
So can we have a website behind us?
Here we go.
I'll tell you what we need is I need to do.
I dived into there. Is that
You've gone into that one. Yeah. Yes, and I can do that now. So that's kind of behind us. It's twice now, Dom.
Look at that.
It's on there.
Love that. Oh, look at that. Some beautiful graphics there.
Yes.
On the Qualitex.com.
You can't go wrong with Qualitex.com.
You can't. You just can't.
Can you? You can't go wrong with Qualitex.com.
I do love those animated banners.
They're really nice. Little MP4s.
Talking about attention grabbing.
Yes.
There you go.
It grabs the attention.
It's that video thing, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's text, photo, then video.
Yeah, I said that.
As in the opposite way around.
Yeah.
Video being the most captive, then photographs, then text.
A picture tells 1,000 words. A video tells even more. Okay. So,
yes.
Right, but we're not going to Qualitex.com this time, even though it is fantastic and absolutely packed full of good information.
We just thought we'd show that anyway because we love it.
So what we're actually going to do is we're going to another one of our resources that we use all the time, and that is the Very Best Balloon Blog by Sue Bowler.
If this is not on your bookmarks, why not?
Why not indeed? So you should have this on your bookmarks. So the particular article that we're talking about, the first one was from July 22nd, 2020. So just last year, from July, and it was how to create inspiring posts for Instagram and Facebook for non-designers, part 1. and it's really good. It's absolutely packed full of wonderful information about creating impactful
yeah.
social media posts.
Yeah, but it's also got things there for apps and how to, actually create it. So it's not just
If you scroll down, there's a video as well.
it's not just so kind of suggestions of concept, if you like. It's actual nitty gritty. Here's how you can do it. Video there by Sue, and some examples and some software that you can use as well. So it really is there for someone who hasn't done anything before to start to pull together a really good presence for yourself on those social media platforms.
Yeah, and there's a great video as well, which is showing the marketing materials that's available on Qualitex.com that Sue has downloaded and created these really nice, really nice posts.
Look at
the
these
square ones for Instagram.
These are superb, you know. And you have them, and not everything is in the article. We're not going to read it to you because that's there to spend an afternoon reading that away, because that is just a really good way to develop those skills to capture that customer.
Absolutely. And then once you're done reading that, you can go on to part 2.
Look at that.
Which came out the following week on 28th of
Because there is that
July.
much content for that particular topic,
Yes.
I think some people get overwhelmed with it. It is easy to. There's so much here to guide you through it as well, and Sue's done a wonderful job.
She has. She's done an absolutely fantastic job. So please, guys, make use of it. It's free and it's there for you guys to use. So get over onto there and start making some amazing posts, because that's what you need to do. Grab your customers' attention. Yeah.
Here's an image. Then look at that background with a bit of text on there as well. Really captures that customer's imagination. Then there's a little video there as well. I'm not going to spoil it. We're not going to play it. You're going to have to go and find that one. But as Keith said, he'll put the description in the description.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to click save right now so it's done and I don't forget. So what I've done is I've updated the description.
Forget?
They've updated the description on YouTube for this video with links of the 2 previous ones and a couple of ones that we're going to use as well during this episode.
Yes, so that's one thing you can do right now.
Yes, you're going to grab your customers' attention, but what are you going to do when you've got their attention, Dom?
I don't know. I can't remember which one was number 2, which was number 3.
The next one is you're going to make it as easy as possible to buy from you. So this is what we're talking about, is having...
Why would you make it easier? Why would you do that?
Well, you need to, right? The thing is that the easier that you make it for your customer to buy and book with you, the more chance they're actually going to do it.
Can I just point out what someone said on the chat there as well, which is a really good point from Qualitex TV, Russia there. Thank you very much. Yes, you can translate it into Russian too, and many other languages.
No, that's not what they said. It says you can use Google Translate to read it in bad Russian too.
Okay. And it's close though. I was trying to make that the positive thing, but there is a translate button on the website as well,
yes.
So you can translate it through, which is really good because the blog is written in a way that it can be translated pretty easily. Yes, I understand it's not 100% perfect.
Hello to Doreen in Lebanon as well. I tell you what, it really is an international one tonight. And we've got people in from all over the place.
They've got all that extra time.
Yeah, use it wisely for your first part. Grab your customers' attention. Russian TV, it's not that bad. You can understand most of it. The thing is that, of course, with us, we're quite visual people, being balloon decorators and retailers, entertainers. We're very visual people, so we get the idea of it. Plus, we tend to be very creative. So what we can't figure out exactly, we can usually find a way around it. So thank you for that, Qualitex TV Russia. So once you've got your customers, you're going to get them on your website, and hopefully you've laid it out. You can also use Canva to display your products, make product images in a nice way too. But what we want to do is concentrate on one part of the website that a lot of people actually forget about, and that is...
Yeah, it's making the whole process of the purchasing and the ordering simpler. We've been through this recently, and it was more awkward than we would have liked it. The checkout process was more complicated than it should have been. The process to book a delivery with us was far more complicated.
It generally, the problem that we had, especially at the moment, in the UK, we can't open our front door. So our store is closed, the front door. We can only, we're offering contactless deliveries only. So it means that we are we tend to be either in the store or out doing deliveries all the time. So we're not always here. So the less, this is going to sound weird, but the less contact we have with unnecessary contact we have with the customer, the better it is for us and them. And that is because it makes a slicker process and makes it easier for both sides. Now, our previous process, it tended to be that through social media and phone calls, there was a lot of backwards and forwards trying to organize delivery slots and dates and times. And what we need to do is we need to kind of come up to the 21st century. And
don't get us wrong, having a conversation with a customer where you're developing what they're buying is a worthwhile conversation. Yeah. But a conversation going backwards and forwards, how to book, what day, when can I have it?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest questions we got is when do we have availability for delivery? And we just wanted to get away from that. So we wanted to make the process
smooth out that process, make it better for the customer and better for us, which means we can do a better job. So
yeah. So what we did was we had a little bit of a look around, and we found that there were many things that could help us with it, and we recommend using something like this. This
is a hard one to recommend.
Yeah.
As in, here's the right solution to your specific needs. Yeah. You know, we'd love to be able to recommend something that was perfect for you.
That was a perfect fit for everybody, but it's just not going to work. What you've got to do is you've got to find something that works with
product in the right location, the right cost for you,
whether it fits in with your website or whether it's going to be a standalone system. You've got to make these decisions. Yes. But what we did was we found this fantastic article over with Zapier. Now, Zapier make a lot of apps that they're kind of a go-between.
Very good integration between one platform and another platform. It can deliver the big companies have these all singing, all dancing websites, which we would love to have, but they're very expensive to make. What Zapier manages to do is allow one website to talk to another website without any coding, and it's just a small fee.
And there's other things that can do it as well. It's just the fact that we know Zapier, and we like the way that they do business. So it's one that we can actually say, you know what, stick with these guys.
Price is good, and it's also simple, and we like that.
When they did an article, and this one was written back in August of last year, about the best appointment schedule and booking software, we thought they're in a very good position to write this article from their knowledge base. So there are 6 different.
And obviously there's others as well, but this is just to give you some ideas as to the kind of things that we're suggesting that would really fit into your business. That's not going to break the bank, but you know, for the dollars that you spend and the return of time, and that making it easier for the customer. This is the sort of thing that we're suggesting.
Yes. So now what we do is we have available on our own is that the customer can actually select. We can black out dates, we can black out times, and we can say we have delivery slots on mornings or afternoons or 1 hour slots, half-hour slots, whatever. And it means that the customer can just go on there, and when they place the order, they can actually see if they deliver. If we deliver to their area, first of all, so that in the UK we have postcodes, it's like a zip code in the States, but it does a quick check first of all to say that we actually do deliver in their area.
It validates it to the customer. Now, what we've picked up straight away on that is we've actually picked up more customers who are slightly further out of our zone that we've set than we've typically had, and that is because those customers now have gone on and checked, they do deliver my area, where I think previously they thought,
we get a lot of messages saying, do you deliver to here, do you deliver to here? And even if you've got that information on your website, it's so much better just to, when they go on there, they can do a quick check to go
confidence.
Yes, we deliver to your area.
So that's great for them. So we've seen an uptake in response of automated sales, if you like, where the customer's not needed to have a handheld,
because they can say we've got availability on this date and we've got availability at this time.
And we've never had, since we've installed this system as well that does the bookings, we never have an after sales email check-in to see what date we're going to deliver on.
Yeah, because they have it. They've got it. When they complete the sale, they get the email that says, we're going to deliver on this date, we're going to deliver at this time, and it's done. And using some sort of software to help with this, and the one that we quite like on this set of points is the Appointlet, because it starts off for free. as an opening, and even when you start paying for it, it's a very low cost, even lower if you pay for the year.
Yeah.
But that appointment one looks really good, and it's got a lot of customization available to make it so that it's particularly for your business.
We often recommend with the apps, if you can find one for free to start with, to get a feel for it, to see if it's the right kind of solution for you.
Yeah, it proves the need for it.
And then if you see the one where they've got, often there's a deal that says if you prepay for a full year, you get a discount. Now, we'll often do that once we've done a paid for month first. So we'll find it, we'll think, okay, this is the one for us, and we'll pay the 1 month fee at the higher price, just to make sure we've ironed out any kinks in the road, because we would much rather try something for a few days, a couple of weeks ourselves as let's do a couple of tests on it, and if it's not the right one for us, we'll move on. Don't feel stuck.
We've done the proof of concept, right? We definitely need something for that to fill that, because we know that we're spending too much time kind of micromanaging this side of the business, that what we want to do is we want to come up there. Somebody says that they used to use setmore.com. It's for free and it's a booking site. Not the best looking, but good to start with. So there's another one there in the chat over on YouTube on there from Marta. Thank you.
And it's great to have a look at those sort of things and see what it is in there that you want out of it.
Yes.
Sometimes it's best not to chop and change too much. We've tried 2 or 3 different things, but we didn't release that to the customer. We tried it ourselves.
We've got a few friends to test it out.
And when this is not for us, or there's too much branding from the company that's on it. Yeah. Where this appointment one was a really good one, because if you go up to the $8 a month or something it was, you take off all their branding. So that's $2 a week, and you get all that appointment beautifully done for you. So
and honestly, you'll be very surprised at just how much time that takes away, and how many little inquiries about what time you're coming today or whatever that you don't need to deal with anymore.
If you can get one extra job, one extra delivery per month, because you're a bit more efficient with your time, that pays for that software straight away. So I think
it's certainly helped us with what we class as contactless orders, which means that we've had actually 0 contact with the customer, to the point of actually delivering it to the door. There's been no phone calls, there's been no messages or anything like that. It's just been, they've gone on the site, like what they've seen, ordered, and gone through the automated process, and that's it. And it's made a real big difference to us, to our own business.
The profit margin in that design is higher because we've spent less time on it
with the customer.
Yeah. So as much as we like to talk to our customers, and we've got retail store, we loved it. That's why we've come into this business. However, when we're working this way, it's very time consuming, that backwards and forwards conversation.
And it's very similar questions.
Yeah, but you lose train of thought. Who are you speaking to? And it gets complicated. So the slicker and smoother we can make that for our customer, the better it is for us, and we can be more efficient and do a better service.
Absolutely. So that's our second one, which is what did I have written on my sheet as the headline for it?
Make it easier or something. You've lost your book. Nobody knows. He's going to struggle now because it's going to annoy him.
It is. It really is. Grab your attention. I can't remember.
Tomorrow, he's going to remember.
Oh, it's right in front of us. Okay, grab your customer's attention, and then it's make it easier to order with you. That's the second one, funnily enough.
But
right, okay, the third one, Dom.
Massively been
third
a win for
one.
us, so.
Thanks, Pedro. We love that you love this. We really do. The last point that we want to do, number 3 out of our 3 things that you can do right now to help grow your business, is doing your deliveries. So if you guys, there's somebody there, Peter saying, I didn't realize how much other stuff is involved when doing balloons. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's all this other stuff that really can impact your business, because we don't even price this side into how much time it does to make the job. So
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
But yes, making your deliveries more efficient. So
deliver with confidence.
Yeah. So the more that we've gone kind of remote, if you like, and we're doing more deliveries than we ever have before.
Yes.
Whereas before, because the store was open, we promoted and actively
encouraged
customers to come in
to collect,
because that worked for us. Now it's the other way around. So we've turned our customers around and gone,
so
listen,
what we're doing is we're protecting ourselves and we're protecting our customers and we're protecting our staff by basically just offering this local delivery. So it means that we can go and we can take care of all the packaging, make it in a safe manner, and then deliver it in a safe manner, and then move away from, come back from there and keep everybody as safe as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And we've gone to entirely local deliveries now.
Now, what we've done to be positive and to promote it, we've offered for ourselves, because it works for our business model, a free delivery option. There is a minimum spend on that.
Absolutely.
To validate it. Otherwise, we'd be backwards and forwards for no money, and we don't want that. But
Yes.
our profit margin is robust enough that we can afford to do a free delivery option without worrying about it, which is great.
And the customers can select a morning appointment or an afternoon appointment. But actually, what we've done is our morning and our afternoon appointments overlap slightly.
They blend.
So it means that we can move some of the afternoon ones to the middle area. So if we're not so busy, we can just deliver everything around that middle area, that overlap. Or we can move them around. So it just makes it a bit easier for us.
We've got more options. Now, we do have an option where we can have we call it a timed delivery. It's a 1 hour slot, but they're paying a premium for that. And there's, it's 1% of our customers that require that service.
Yeah.
Because most people can actually find a neighbour or somebody who'll take it in rather than have to pay for that. So that suits us, because we actually don't want to do time delivery slots.
That's right. But if they do, if the customer really wants it, then we say that it's a small charge for the upgrade to a time delivery. People understand this. This is fine. You can do this. It's a small upgrade fee to do that 1 hour time slot, and absolutely we will do it.
And having the service there has been very positive, but actually most people are going, well, actually, you know what? I'll rather spend the money on balloons and I'll get my neighbour to take it in. And that's a win both ways. They see the value in it, but actually they've worked it that it's easier for them to get somebody else to take it. That's really good for us, because it means we don't have to kind of orchestrate our route. But that did lead us on to...
Yeah, absolutely. So what we did was, for doing our routing, we would use Google Maps.
Yeah.
Now, Google Maps is fantastic. Google bought Waze, so they use a lot of their... if you didn't know, Waze is a navigation system, which... For us, we always found it the best one out there. But Google bought it, and they actually use a lot of the information from Waze to power Google Maps now for the navigation side. Now, the great thing is, with Google Maps, is that we can actually go on the computer and we can input all of the deliveries that we have for it, and then we can kind of move them around so that we kind of get the best routing, and then you can send it to your phone, and instantly you have the full routes there ready to go.
Yeah, and the thing is, one of the reasons we used Waze was because it had the live updating of active traffic. It's because it built up of all the users that were on the platform, and that's actually where Google gathers its data from now. Because Google Routing before was excellent, but it didn't have anything that would give you an indication of how busy it was and route you accordingly. But now it does, because it's built off that. So that's fantastic. Now, the Google for us is an absolute winner, because you can do that multi-step. You can put the different routes in.
What we really love about the multi-step, so what you do is you build it up on the computer, on a desktop. Much easier that way.
You can do it on a phone, but it is actually easy to do it on a laptop or a...
Yeah, we build up our route the way that we wanted to, move them around in the order that we wanted to do them, and then we send it. When we actually come to do the route, the great thing, which is far better than Waze.
Yeah, this is probably the best feature that the Google multi-route does over any other navigation we've seen. And some others might do it, but we've not seen on it.
Yes.
And it's the one that Waze used to do, which was a real pain, especially for me.
Yes.
Is it gives you the destination.
Yes.
You arrive where it thinks the destination is. And we all know that it's not 100% accurate. It's pretty close.
You're looking around for house numbers and things like that.
It might be on the other side of the road.
Especially in the UK, where our streets is not entirely, straightforward.
Yes.
It's not like perfect straights. Like American grid system is very different.
But if the navigation thinks you got to the destination, it thinks it's a success. It goes, yay, you've reached your destination. Then goes on to the next step on your route. So it's going to now try to navigate you to your next destination, even though you've not actually achieved destination number one.
It's going to start moving you to a different place. Now, what Google does is different. Google actually, it takes you to that destination, and then it actually waits for you to press a button.
So if you go past it,
yeah, you have two options on that one. It says
Turn
finished
around.
or continue. Yeah, so but it keeps up that destination until you press finished or continue. Finished means you shut it down. You're absolutely finished. Continue means to continue on to the next stop. So what we can do is we can just leave it, go and do the delivery, get back in the vehicle, press continue, and it will take you on to the next stop.
but it
And
means
that's
if you
a
get
huge
lost,
thing.
drive
That's
past
brilliant.
it's going to continue to try and route you to that destination, the one that you're trying to get to, which is brilliant.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So we love that. We love that. The only thing that we found was the actual routing, because it doesn't necessarily give you the best route to start
No,
off with.
this would definitely rely on having some knowledge of the area you're delivering to. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of all the addresses. So
for all the
sometimes-
different, because we're in a small town with a lot of very small villages around us, so we don't know where everything is.
Yeah.
And
so you think, oh, it's there, but it's actually here. So you kind of, on Google Maps, you can kind of drag them around, and you can play around with the route, and it's pretty fluid.
It is, and
You know,
it's been very good for us.
Yeah.
It has been over the years. It's been very good for us. However, recently we found something that helps, and this was
Free.
It's free. Yeah, that's great. It is free. You can pay, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But we haven't had to pay for it.
Because for the kind of business that we are versus what it's trying to pitch for, we are nothing.
Because this piece of software is actually for delivery drivers that might have hundreds of deliveries per day. And because we deliver far fewer than the hundreds per day, what we can do is we can just you'll see in a moment anyway, because it's there. So
It's on the map.
it's the map, and it's Route XL. So you go to routexl.com and you pick the area that you want. So it starts off in America.
So in the top right, we can change it. We can put in where we want.
Yeah, and we'll go to the UK, and here we go. And what we do is when we put in our addresses as we do it. So what we're going to do is for this one, we're actually going to work it by cities. So we're going to start off in Newcastle. So in Newcastle, in the northeast of England.
You can create an account on here, which will save some preferences, and you can also, there's lots of little things you can tailor on here, which we're not going to go into detail on. Have a play around, because there's loads of really cool little features, okay?
Now, one of the things that's on here as well, this allows us to do 20 addresses at a time. If you need to do more than that, what you can do is you can pay, and it's either, if you want to just do it for one day, say for instance a couple of days around Valentine's,
Crazy
you're
or
doing
something.
it's going crazy. What we do is we split it down into different sections. But if you need more than the 20 per route, what you can do is you can pay, and I think was it just €5 or something?
Something like that. And the thing is, if you're doing a morning and an afternoon kind of segment as well, you could do a morning route and an afternoon route, and there's two splits already.
Yeah.
Or you can sort of group them by a
couple of
postcode,
hours.
But if you're doing that many deliveries, paying the money shouldn't really be.
It isn't going to be an issue.
Yeah, but the fact that you can do it per day is amazing. You can pay monthly if you're doing it all the
and
time.
obviously, you get discounted by paying for the monthly, but you can just pay for individual days. If it's like Saturday for Mother's Day, or Saturday before Mother's Day, or something on the Sunday, Valentine's Day, this kind of thing.
Really like that. So I've put in the first address, which is going to be a kind of where you start.
Do you want to go full screen on this one, Dom? Do you reckon that might? Can we go full screen? Yeah, we go 27.
Have to do it manually. Was it there?
No, like before he starts. Number 27. Keep one down. There we go.
There we go. We're going to go. There we go.
There we go. It should be full screen.
Right. So I've put in the first address. Now we're just doing really broad, crude places in the UK. Okay.
Oh, look.
Hello, Mr. Q.
Look, Mr. Q's going to help us with his pointing it out.
But you could put in the more precise address for this, okay? So now, from here, once I've clicked start here, so I've told it that's where we want to start.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to start in Newcastle.
Let's go to London.
London, baby!
Put your next address in, hit your enter key, and it's put a new stop here. It is giving me a warning saying it's not a precise street address.
It knows that it's just a city, so because it's normally you're doing it on precise street addresses. But for the sake of this example, we're just doing full cities. And then we're going to go back up north, and we're going to go to Durham.
Here we go. We've added another one. Yes, we know it's not precise.
Let's go to Coventry, Dom.
Coventry.
Oh, somebody's saying that we've got to go to Devon after Coventry as well.
Okay.
So we'll go to Devon.
Oh, yes, it's not precise. We know.
Devon. And then what we're going to go do is we're going to go to Hartlepool. Let's do one more. We'll do the last one at Hartlepool. So basically what it is, so this is crisscrossing. We haven't put them in the correct order.
It could be off the list of where, you've taken your bookings, you've got your 10 bookings for the day, and you're just going to drop them into this.
Yeah, the order that you're kind of working through your system. It's
your customers are not coming to you in geographical order.
No. Yeah, and your orders don't come in geographical order. So what we do is we just bang them in the system. It doesn't really matter. You just know that within this 2-hour period or 4-hour period or whatever you're doing, I need to do all these deliveries. And then what we can do is we can say, actually we can change some little bit of details as well, Dom. So in the options up at the top right, we can actually say that there's a default service time. There's loads of different options. I'm going to use a pointer over here.
Yeah, this one I really like though.
This one here, default service time. It's 5 minutes when it starts off. So it's saying that each delivery, it's going to give you 5 minutes to actually perform the delivery. Now, if you say that it normally takes 10 minutes or whatever it takes, you can customize it to you. The other thing as well is he wants to know what kind of vehicle you are using, whether it's a car or a delivery van, or a drone, or you're on a bike, or you're walking. It's basically, you can put it in there. You can go into the advanced stuff. You can even say how fast is the speed limit, how much your fuel prices are. There's lots of information that you can do for this. It is designed for delivery drivers. But when you're done, you just save your information. And then down at the bottom left, we're going to do this one called Find Route.
When you hit that, it's going to do its magic. So what this is doing versus what Google Maps would do, Google would just link up the order that you've put them in.
Yes.
This is intelligently looking at the locations and working out the most optimum route from your start.
Yeah, absolutely.
To the end.
Yeah. Let's go back to our normal screen so they can see us a little bit as well. Yeah, that one. There we go. Yep. So we have our route there. You can see it's not in the order that we actually put them in. But what's great about this is that now we can use that information. We can go down the bottom there and it tells you how many hours, how many kilometers. You can change it to miles if you want. How many liters of fuel that it expects you to use. So how much it's going to cost you. So that's it's important information on there as well. So you've got a rough idea how much.
Trying to calculate if you've got enough time to do another delivery. If you've got a busy day ahead of you and you've got another customer who's saying, is it possible? Can I have a delivery? And you're not sure. Do your route for the day and see what sort of time you have.
And you can also see there that it starts at Newcastle and it finishes at Newcastle because it brings you back in a full circle. So as long as you put your address, your home address, or your store address, or wherever it is. Your workshop address, it will take you back round there. So
you've also got full details of this as well. So you've got an overview of each of the parts of that route as well. So it's going to give you turn by turn there if you want to look ahead, which is a great piece of information. So we love that so far, and the fact that it's taken all of our addresses.
What we do love our Google Maps.
We do, and we miss it. We need it back in our lives.
What we can do is there's a little thing, and this is the bit that if anybody's used this before, sometimes miss out on. Because it's hidden under download. There's a section down at the bottom that says download. Now, if you click on that, it gives you some options and it says you can download it in certain formats or you can open it in, and the first one is Google Maps. So if we click on there, what this does is it opens it into Google Maps for us and it puts all of the addresses in automatically for us.
So it's done what we would have manually and previously done in Google Maps, where we would have put all of our addresses in, but it's just taken the stage of the rearranging, the shuffling, out of the equation for us,
yes.
Which was a bit manual and not necessarily the most optimum. The core objective of that other software is to give the optimum route. That's
And
what it's doing.
Yeah, this is the optimum route. The next thing you can do on here as well is we can click on here where it says send directions to your phone, and then it means that what you can do is you can actually just click on there, you can send it to your phone, and it's ready to go. You can send it to your phone standardly, it depends on which kind of phone you have, or you can send it via an email. Now, here's where it gets really clever, because if you're working out your routes for tomorrow, what you can do is you can section it down into all little parts and then go, right, this is the first route, this is the second route, this is the third route, and do this, and then email it. You just open it up in there.
Or indeed, if you have people working for you, or you have, someone who's working...
multiple delivery drivers. There you go, you're doing that one, you're doing that one, you're doing that one.
Where you go, you've got your 6 deliveries, and this is... And make sure you tag everything up so they know what to take in, but you're giving them the route in advance, so you're sending it to them, so they know exactly where they're going.
Yes, and I tell you what...
What's more important, though, as well, is confidence with the customer, because now you can inform them when you're going to be there.
Estimated time of arrival, because if we do this route and we start the navigation on there, it gives you an idea. There we go. Luke's just said as well, Route XL does know the correct name of his street, and he hasn't found.
And I wouldn't mind as well,
because
I didn't know Belgium was listed on it, with it not being a country.
It was actually. It's just down there, Dom. There it is. But there's a lot of people that are saying thank you. Yeah, it is perfect for your Valentine's Day route delivery. You are very, very welcome.
There's one other thing as well that you can do as well.
Oh, you're gonna. I thought you were gonna just let them for doing that.
No, this one up here. So this is something that was quite helpful afterwards. So we did it on.
You can do it on here. You can do it for Phil. Are you on about the tick off?
Oh, there's that one. So yeah, there's another. There's 2 bits. One is you can copy. You can actually copy the addresses out of here as well.
Yes.
So you can save it as a list. So you can go back into it.
So you go to addresses on there.
So once you've done your route, go to addresses. And then you have it all here, the ones, and you can click copy. This will copy all the addresses that you've got in, and you could just save this in a little text file somewhere on your computer. So if you're working ahead and you're not got your final route yet, you can copy these. So the next time you come back to the site, you can actually just paste that block in, plus any additional ones, and then it'll redo the route for you. So that's a nice way of getting the information back in. If you were just perhaps looking ahead for the Valentine's Day, but then hadn't got all the orders just yet. So that's a nice way of doing it. Or you could type them up in the same format and then just paste them in rather than adding them in each time you come to the site.
Yeah, you can just import them in as a group. It depends on how you want to do. You can copy and paste them straight in.
But there's many ways to do things on this particular app, which is very nice. Now, was it the share one, Keith? It was, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
So on this share one, which is really nice, you can share it by email or WhatsApp.
Or
and
QR code.
QR code, which is great. But we actually... tried this feature out because we normally use Google Maps, but we thought we'd see how this one works, and it's a little bit different, but it's really quite nice as well. So it sends you a link and it gives you each stage of the route. So on each stage you click navigate, so it takes you from wherever you are to that particular job.
The next job.
When the navigation is finished, you go back to that link and you actually get to click it to say,
which it has on here. If you go to fulfill.
That's right, yes. So it looks, this is what
it looks like this, but on your mobile device.
So your option to start with is navigate. So you'll navigate to that particular address, and when you finish your navigation, you come back to this particular screen.
And then the far right hand side is check off. If you haven't been able to deliver or anything, you can just click skip, and it means that it leaves it that it hasn't been completed, but it skips that part of.
And if you've got a busy day with multiple deliveries, this is putting them all in order, so you're not going backwards and forwards. It allows you to be, methodical to make sure that you're not missing anything.
You're doing the best route that you can possibly do, without spending all the time trying to figure it out yourself. This does that for you.
Pressure and stress.
And you can also, there's loads of settings you can play with it. We usually have it set for the fastest, because that's most important to us. But there are ones that does the shortest distance instead. So it might be,
There was a nice one there as well for
what you want to do.
The percentage of the speed limit that it does. So it allows you to say, well, actually, you know what?
I'm go typically 120% of the speed limit.
Valentine's Day.
The big numbers, the minimum speed. Right?
If you're you've got a large vehicle, you know that typically that some routing software says you're going to get there in an hour, and actually you're always a bit later than that because of the speed of your particular vehicle or whatever it may be. You can actually say, well, actually, generally I'm only like about 90% or 80% of the speed limit. And that's
there's
great
tons of settings.
because it impacts the whole schedule if that's what you're doing. So
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's a great addition to using Google Routing as it is.
So let's just go back to full screen and cut onto that left hand side. Let's under that one. Will that work?
Wow!
Oh,
yes.
look at that, doing the power. So we that is all the time that we've got for you guys. We have updated the description on YouTube for the links to what we've been talking about
So
today.
you described the description.
Yes.
Yes.
So we'd also like to hear your feedback. So you can always drop us a message later on, or you can leave a comment after this has gone up, because after it's finished being live and it has a normal comments. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up on the video.
You know, I'm going to give it.
That would be. It's been loads of golden hearts coming up on there, some golden nuggets.
That's why I thought throw them out there.
And we really appreciate your feedback. We hope you guys have enjoyed this.
Can I just say something?
What's that?
39 days.
39 days until the Q Corner Convention 2021.
39 days.
39 days. We've been working. We're working on.
I did work out the hours as well, but I don't like it's 900 or something hours.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's you got that to look forward to in March. So you've got to plan everything perfectly so that we can have our Q
in
Corner
39 days'
Convention.
time,
Perfect.
you're going to have
Yes.
3 days. You want to be organised with your food. Make sure your family's looked after. Yeah, you know, you're giving the kids all the food they need for 3 days, all that kind of stuff. So you've got 3 days. 3 days of you time with us.
So what we're going to do is we're going to say goodbye for now. Thank you very much for all watching. Take care of each other, and we'll speak to you really soon.
I don't think those hearts will ever end. Bye for now.
Bye bye.